How have the boys trained this week after the win in Western Mass?
Well, the win at Western Mass was one that was extremely pleasing to come away with the 3 points. You know, the hard work, the endeavour that we put into the tie, to come out with the win at the end, of course, was absolutely delightful. So coming into this week, confidence has been high again. You know, we've you know, for the last couple of weekends, picked up a couple of victories now. So we're having to keep the lads in check, make sure we're still focusing on the areas of the game that we think we still need to improve upon. Use those victories as a confidence builder to validate the efforts, and obviously, you know, it tells us that we're doing something right in the training. But at the same time, we still have to sharpen up our game some more. So a lot of this week's training is focused on defensive responsibilities, both with and without the ball. We've looked a little bit at the forwards movement in the final third. It was great to see Fabian Burnett show that type of movement in the final third, but I think that's been something that we've been missing a little bit for our attacking players. That's something we've been brushing up on, but training's been really good this week. We've, like I say, we've got a fantastic group of guys that work extremely hard every day, so that certainly makes things a lot easier.
Friday's your first game against AC Connecticut. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
So AC Connecticut, I've been in the conference now for a couple of years. They're really a first-class outfit. You know, so the guys behind the scenes do a magnificent job of promoting the club in the local area. They've got the youth component, obviously, that's involved. So that, you know, they've a decent crowd at their games. It's great to see them really engaging with the local support. They've had a changing coach this year, which has obviously been a little bit different for them. Coach Kelly, that was involved before, there's obviously big shoes to fill there. He was a magnificent trainer. However, the new coach has come in and done extremely well. A very well-versed guy in the Connecticut soccer world, so he's been able to bring in a number of local players. They have Zach Zarita in the forward line, who played for us last year, so we know a little bit about them. You know, I've been to watch them this year, but obviously being our first game against them, we're going in somewhat blind. But at the same time, they're a really good organisation. They want to, you know, play football the right way. They've got some very, very talented players. Rico McLaren, you know, his ability level speak for themselves. So I think overall it'll be a really good game this weekend.
That being said, how do you see the game going Friday night?
Well, the style AC Connecticut have put in play is a very pass possession style. They want to play with 3 forwards. They like to attack teams from the front end and press them high and pin them in their own half. The game I saw them against Seacoast over Memorial Day weekend, their full-backs were extremely aggressive in how they attacked and defended. So I think that's going to be a recipe for a very, very good game. I mean, we're the type of team that have built a season around so far, being that attack-minded, you know, want to get forward, want to create chances team. So I certainly think it'll be one for the spectator here, but it'll be a very close encounter that I hope we can come out topping.
On Saturday night, the boys will take on Western Mass again at Deering. How will the boys prepare, having had played a game 24 hours earlier?
So I think first of all, we obviously played Western Mass twice before, so the prep in terms of how we prepare for the game, I think they're a little bit familiar as to what to expect and what we need to do in order to perform to the levels we're capable of. It's never easy playing 2 games in 2 days. I mean, it's certainly a factor at our level that all of the teams have to deal with. Seacoast have just come off the back of 3 games in 4 days, so it's certainly part of it. I think the players that are involved at the college level are certainly used to this. They're used to playing those double-header weekends. So I think from a fitness perspective, we've definitely got the legs in us. You know, we've got a very, very strong squad of players, so I see lots of rotation this weekend. But more importantly, I think mentally we're in a very good place where we can deal with that fatigue and we can deal with tiredness extremely effectively, where we push it to one side. You know, we're in a spot where we work extremely hard for each other, so I think that'll have a high part to play in how we play this weekend. But going into Saturday night's game, it would be great to go into it with 3 points, obviously, that goes without saying, but regardless of what happens on Friday night, I think this is a group of players that will show up no matter what on Saturday and give everything they can.
Good luck this weekend.
You said it's all yours if you take it.